Jerry and Esther have navigational systems in all of their vehicles, several different kinds now, but they all operate on the same premise that the system knows where they are, they program in their desired destination, and the system figures out the route and gives them verbal, turn by turn, and visual, turn by turn directions of how to get there. The system never says to them, "Why are you there?" It never says to them, "No, you asked me yesterday and you didn't listen to what I said, so I'm not telling you today." It's just a straightforward, where are you in relationship to where you want to be? And your own guidance system is a straightforward, where are you in relationship to that which you have become? We've written a book and given it the best title ever given to any book, any time, and it's called Ask and It Is Given. And the reason the title is so wonderful is because it tells you the whole book in the title. We wanted a longer title. We wanted to say, so I am source energy, and I am aware that I am a creative genius, and that I am pure positive energy. And so I express a part of my consciousness into physical form, where I explore the contrast of the time-space reality. And in knowing what I don't want, I know what I do want, and I'm asking constantly for improvement. And as I ask for that improvement, the source energy part of me answers that by riding the rocket of desire and literally becoming the vibrational equivalent of that what I've asked for. And when I find a way to line up with that, then I receive it. But they said it was too long. But you get the idea of it. In other words, you are source energy in physical bodies. And when you understand that when you ask, it is not only always given, it is that the source energy part of you literally becomes the expanded version of you. An expanded version that you got to keep up with, or you're not going to feel good. So often you're running around not feeling good and blaming everybody in the world for not feeling good, when the only reason you don't feel good is because you became something that this thought that you're thinking right now, this word that you're speaking right now, this concentration on this whatever it is that you're doing right now, has you beating a different drum, offering a different vibration. And you know from your physical experience with vibration that you cannot set your radio dial on 6:30 a.m. and hear what's being broadcast on 98.7 FM. The frequencies have to match up. And you can't set your frequency on, I don't have enough money, I'm not a worthy being, I shouldn't have done that, I should do better, and match up what the source is saying about you, beating a drum, you are a worthy being, you are a magnificent being, all things are available to you, you are the center of your universe, you are the creator of your experience, you are worthy, you are good, you are love. All things are queued up to assist you. Now, we want you to understand why it is so and how it works. Since this is a vibrational universe, what that means is there is no such thing as exclusion in this vibrational universe. It's all about inclusion. It's all about attraction. And what that simply means is when you look at something and you say yes to it, you include it in your vibration. But when you look at something and you say no to it, you include it in your vibration. Saying no to something is equivalent to saying, come to me, this thing I do not want. You have a war against drugs, and a war against AIDS, and a war against poverty, and a war against terrorism, and a war against cancer, and a war against, and all of those things getting bigger because your attention to any subject by law of attraction brings that to you. So law of attraction is the manager of all of these vibrations. It's like a giant magnifying glass that's laid down on everything, amplifying whatever it is that you're giving your attention to. But you have to understand, law of attraction is responding to the whole of you. Law of attraction is a universal law. Law of attraction is responding to who you really are, this eternal being who has been around longer than what you even know as time. You are eternal beings. You are magnificent, genius, God force beings. And when law of attraction responds to that which you have become. Now, did you hear us? To that which you have become. Do you get a sense of what that is? When life tells you that you don't want to be rude, you know you don't like rudeness, you want niceness. When you don't have enough of something, you want more of it. In other words, this becoming has been honed out of life experiences, and this source energy, evolved you, is the summation of all of the wonderful things that you've lived. It's the goodness that exists. There is only a stream of well-being. You don't walk into a room and look for a dark switch. You will not find one. You don't push a button and inky, misty darkness comes in and covers up the light. There's a source of light which can be resisted, but there is no source of darkness. There is no source of badness or source of evil or source of sickness. There is only a stream of well-being which you are in alignment with or not. Some say, well, what about the babies? How would bad things happen to babies? And we say, you are vibrating long before you are speaking. You are offering vibration, and your vibration is your point of attraction. So let's get back to this. So the source energy part of you, this huge vibration, this eternal vibration, law of attraction responding to it. And law of attraction is also responding to the things that you're thinking here. And we want you to feel the bigness of this point of attraction in comparison with the less bigness of this point of attraction. In other words, you haven't been here but that long in these physical bodies. No matter how old you think you are, you're just beginning here in this vibration, while this one is huge. So as law of attraction is responding to these two vibrational relationships, in other words, the vibration that is really you and the vibration of your current conversation or mental dialogue, law of attraction is responding to both of them. And if what you are thinking in your physical form is the same as what you're thinking from your broader perspective, I love my life, I am a valuable being, I'm doing good work, I deserve good things, that's how the source within you feels. But if you're thinking something different, you're causing split energy. And that split energy feels to you like negative emotion. Now, because law of attraction is responding to this powerful being that you have become, the sensation of that to you is that there is this calling toward that expansion. It's like a powerful river or stream that is moving in the direction of all that you have become. And we want you to get the mental picture that as that stream is flowing in that magnificent downstream direction, it is going toward not only the expanded version of you, but everything that your life has caused you to ask for. The veritable fortune that you've amassed is there being tended for you by the broader part of you. The wellness that you want, the relationships that you want, the ideas that you want for the improvement of your planet, all of these things are being amassed in this vibrational escrow. And we want you to understand that future generations that are coming forth are coming on that stream. That's how those babies feel when they come in. They are pure positive energy. That's why they know so well their well-being. They get here and then you treat them like you were treated when you got here. You are met by worrisome parents who then begin to tell you all of the things that could go wrong. And in time, you begin to split your energy more and more. That's why babies go right to sleep as often as they can. You're pure positive energy, and then you're born, and just by being born into this environment, there's a little gap in your energy because your mother worried about you, and now she's really worried about you. And you are feeling the vibration of that, and then you go to sleep, and you are one stream again. Then you wake up, and then you go to sleep, and you wake up, and you go to sleep, and then you begin growing up, and you begin finding more things to fuss and worry about as they point out to you all of the things that could go wrong. We've been saving this list. We knew you were coming, and so we've made a list of everything that could go wrong. This is a very comprehensive list. It's not just the things that went wrong in our life. We've gathered up things that could go wrong in anyone's life. There are thousands of people that have contributed to this list, and everything that could possibly go wrong, we want to teach you about it so it doesn't go wrong. And as this little infant, you say to them vibrationally, you can't talk yet, but this is a universe that is about inclusion only. You can't tell me all of these things that I do not want without me taking some of it into my vibration. And sure enough, you begin to separate a little more. When you meditate, it closes your gap, because when you quiet your mind, you stop thought. And when you stop thought, you stop resistance. And when you stop resistance, you come into vibrational alignment with the whole of who you are. There's such power in that. But we want you to understand you can't run around in meditation all day, every day. You're thinking thoughts all day, every day. And you want to begin training your thoughts into the direction of that which you really are. You want to be the being that you are. You want to see this world through the eyes of your total self, through the eyes of the expanded being that you are, you see. So, law of attraction is causing this fabulous current or river to flow, and we see so many of you. It's like you take your rubber raft down to the river, which is flowing dynamically toward who you are and everything that you want, and you put your raft in the water and you turn it upstream and you begin paddling really, really hard. And we say to you, why not turn and go with the flow? And you say, oh, I'm not allowed to do that. That would be lazy. And can't you see all of the other hardworking people that are moving upstream? These are the people that amount to something. They're the ones. And all of the monuments and statues are made on those that are working really hard, and I want some of those, so I'm going to work really hard. And we say, nothing that you want is upstream. Not one thing that you want is upstream. And the reason that we know that so emphatically is because we know who you are. We know who you are as source energy. We've seen you in your contrast. We've seen you give birth to these rockets of desires. We've tended your vibrational escrow. We know who you really are and what you really want, and we want you to know it's downstream. And so then people say, oh, it's downstream. Well, then I should turn my boat around and I should put a motor on it and I should get downstream where all of my stuff is. And we say, you miss the point of the stream. If you think you have to turn around and put a motor on your boat, just let go of the oars. Just let go of the struggle. Just let go of the defensiveness. Just let go of the justification. Just let go of the beating of the drum of what you don't want. Just let go of everything you're shouting no at and begin shouting yes more often. Let go of justification. Stop defending where you are. Defending where you are only holds you in that place longer. Instead, you gotta reach for a feeling of relief. And in a feeling of relief, you begin to turn downstream. At least you let go of the oars. And if you do that often enough, this stream, this glorious stream, will call you home. And we don't mean home as in croaking, although that's good too. We mean it will call you to the reuniting of you and you. You cannot fill the void with anything other than energy. You try to cover up the fact that you're disconnected from who you are by drinking or using drugs or buying one more thing and bringing it home or any number of things. But you can only feel the fullness of who you are by being who you are. You can't cover it up with a smile or with words. You can offer all of the words in the world, and if you have not managed to change the way you feel, then you haven't changed your vibration, because your vibration is indicated by the way you feel. And it's a lovely thing when you get that, because you have all of this pre-manifestational awareness. In other words, you can tell that this feeling is leading you towards something that you'd rather not have, and so you can choose different thoughts and shift the feeling and begin moving toward the things that you do want. And then there is that post-manifestational awareness. That's the stuff that's manifesting. In other words, it's always true that what you think and how you feel and what manifests always matches every single time. So whatever is manifesting now in your body, in your relationships, in your household, in your drive to work, in the way your mechanical things are working, what's manifesting in every aspect of your life is a reflection of the vibration that you're offering. And many people would say, and rightly so, well, I'm only telling it like it is. And we say, stop it. I'm only telling it like it is. And we say, well, if you really like it is, then keep telling it like it is. But if there's something that is that you don't like, then tell a different story. You got to tell it the way you want it to be. And when you tell it the way you want it to be long enough that that's the familiar story, that's the chronic story, then everything shifts within you. Your point of attraction is so precise, and it is made up of the thoughts you think. And we so excitedly want to remind you that you have control of the thoughts you think. But if you try to monitor your thoughts, you go a little nutty. We see you, once you begin getting the idea of this, you go, you try to slurp them back in, cancel. Try to get that thought back before the law of attraction gets hold of it and brings it to me. And we say, you have plenty of leeway. You don't need to be rigid or worried. You just want to lean downstream as often as you can. You want to reach for the best feeling thought that you can find from wherever you are. Not the best thought you've ever thought. If you're in depression, you can't find thoughts of appreciation. The frequencies are way too far apart. And so your bright-eyed, fluffy friend shows up. Oh, you should read this. And you think, I should kill you. And we want you to understand that there's nothing wrong with you. When you feel negative emotion, it's a good thing, not a bad thing, because it means your indicators are letting you know that you're not a match to who you really are. We don't want you to put Novocaine in your hands so that you don't feel the hot stove. Feeling the hot stove is a good thing. I've put Novocaine in my hands and now I don't mind the hot stove. And we say, we want you to know the stove is hot. And you want to know that too. And so when you realize that your emotions are letting you know how resistant or allowing you are of the fullness of who you are, now everything begins to make sense to you.